Green!
My reaction too at the box office bomb that was Green Lantern.
Brightest day, and blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight.
A film which almost destroyed Ryan Reynolds' career and left him frustrated.
It just suffers from that typical Hollywood disease, which we get a poster, we get a release date, but we don't have a script, but we're just gonna start shooting anyway.
Followed by R.I.P.D. and Turbo, which further cemented the fact that he may not be a leading man.
Whatever's waiting for you on the other side is gonna be bad. Don't worry, it's only forever.
And if he never allegedly had part in leaking Deadpool, his career would have died.
The test footage for the original Deadpool leaked onto the internet. Were you behind the leak?
This is a great question. This is a great question. Pass.
So how did we get to this point of desperation and watch him become not only a lead, but franchise savior? Let's go back to 1994 when an 18-year-old from Canada moved to LA.
I just thought, I'm gonna go do this thing, and I'm gonna give it a year. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, I'll go back to school, get a degree.
The star didn't really have a plan.
It was about 2 months before I told my parents where I was exactly. If I told them the truth, I would have said, Mom, Dad, I'm in Los Angeles. I've been here for an hour. My Jeep just got stolen, and I've been crying nonstop.
Before begging a talent agency to take a risk on him.
I just said, if you send me out on 5 auditions, I promise you'll come back with 1. If I don't, you don't have to take me out. I'll leave. Somehow I got a sitcom.
That sitcom turned out to be 2 guys a girl and a pizza place.
Dr. Bergen, would you like to tell us why you're here?
Oh, did everyone else go?
The sitcom saw him play Michael in a largely comedic improv role.
Doctors, this explains a great deal. It turns out that I've ingested my own medication. Medication.
Teasing him as a comedic actor and landing him the role of Van Wilder.
How long have you and Pre-Med Richard been together?
Since my freshman year.
I bet he's a tighty-whitey guy.
The 2003 film came at a time when American Pie was at its height, so it mostly landed well.
I have ballet practice. Perhaps I could come by your house afterwards?
Then in 2004, he became part of the Marvel family.
You might want to consider sitting down with somebody, you know, have a little share time.
Blade Trinity saw Ryan join Wesley Snipes, but the film was full of chaos, hate, and failure.
Worst experience of my professional career.
And what looks like Ryan's failed and final relationship with Marvel.
Even if Wesley Snipes asks you, come back, you'd say,
I would say sorry. No.
One silver lining was that this performance led to him being introduced to Deadpool.
I played a character in that movie that I guess resembles Wade Wilson in Deadpool, and a rival executive said, I saw a little piece of Blade, you're Wade Wilson, you're Deadpool.
Perhaps frustrated with comedy, in 2005 he starred in Amityville Horror alongside a young Chloe Grace Moretz.
I do believe that if you move into a house where something that horrible happened, there's gonna be something pretty scary.
Then in 2009, he took on the Merc with a mouth. As Fox said, it's now or never.
It was sort of like play Deadpool in this movie or we'll get someone else to.
Turns out, never would have been better, as fans were furious.
I remember telling one of the studio executives, people are gonna go nuts over this, and he was like, I know, right? I'm not in a good way.
Ryan was annoyed too and wanted a redo.
My dream would be to do an absolutely 100% faithful Deadpool adaptation, straight out of the comic books, breaking the fourth wall, the whole 9 yards.
Perhaps seen as his last chance to get into the growing superhero genre, he took on the role of Green Lantern in 2011.
Infinity and beyond, and by the power of Grayskull.
A DC film just off the back of Marvel's Iron Man and Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy put Green Lantern in a good space.
Now there's a Batman.
But it was a flop he'd rather forget.
Have you watched The Green Lantern yet as a family?
I would actually rather watch 24-hour marathon of Paw Patrol.
Ryan has expressed the difficulties during filming.
It just suffers from that typical Hollywood disease. We get a poster, we get a release date, but we don't have a script, but we're just gonna start shooting anyway.
And after the flop of Blade and X-Men Origins Wolverine, it would seem 3 for 3.
Yeah, he's got the Merc with the mouth, and they sewed his mouth shut.
With the now looming thought that he couldn't carry films as a leading man, he continued pitching his Deadpool film to Fox.
People always saying, are they gonna make a Deadpool movie? And then me saying, I'm trying.
They let him shoot test footage, but then shelved it until it curiously leaked online in 2014.
The problem was, like, this footage was owned by Fox and sort of illegal. I know that one of us did it.
With fans going crazy for the footage, Ryan got to make his film and the rest is history.
That was the fans that spoke loud and proud, and they just overwhelmed Fox with response. So they greenlit it in 24 hours.
Now Ryan Reynolds has made Marvel history and has plenty more to come. I'm Markndrew, follow for more.